Here's how I lost over 50 pounds with just things that were in my garage. Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Hard Rock Ranch, working out in the yard. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me personally to spend a bunch of money at the gym, even though I do think there's great value in lifting weights if you have diabetes. But the entire yard can be your own personal workout center, and so to demonstrate, we're going to use a edger, a hedger, and this little snap-on device, a weed eater, and then we're going to do something that I have called and named Yardio, using an old-timey reel lawnmower. Now, when you do this exercise routine, you will find out very quickly that you will burn a lot of calories, and a lot of energy goes into this. So I also have a way to check my heart rate and my oxygen and all these types of things just to prove I'm getting a good workout. Here's something that we can also do to keep the blade good and sharp with the American Lawnmower Company lawnmower that we have. And then I also want to reference something that I think has a lot of value called the art of war. And so I personally take a viewpoint that diabetes is a war. It's you against your own body. Your body is saying, hey, I don't really want to play nice anymore, and I'm going to make sure your glucose level and blood sugar and A1C is in very high levels. So when you think about everything that we're doing, it is a war. And so old Sun Tzu here wrote this manuscript hundreds of years ago. And so I like to read this, I reference this. One of the things that Sun Tzu talks about is energy. And I'm going to read a real quick passage here that makes a lot of sense to me. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combination of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. Okay, so let's think about that for a second. What are these 5 little melodies we're talking about? Diet, exercise, which we're going to do this today. You need to take your medicine. You need to be talking to your doctor. All these things should require some form of doctor supervision. Attitude, you got to have a good attitude. Like, yes, I can combat diabetes and heart disease. And what I think of this series of presentations, I call it support. So those are the 5 things that we're going to be a recurring theme in everything that we do about the art of war. Another thing that old Sun Tzu talks about is know your enemy like you know thyself. So our enemy is diabetes. So what do you say we get ready to do a little work here and burn a few calories and keep that old blood sugar in check? And now, because this would not be a really practical thing to do yard work in, I'm going to change my clothes into some yard clothes. Let's get ready to work out. Okay, we're back and we're getting ready to do our Yardio presentation. Now, without a doubt, you can take my word for this, but the #1 lawnmower that you can use for Yardio is from the American Lawnmower Corporation, made in America by the American Lawnmower Company. They've been building lawnmowers since the 1800s. As you can tell, this is an old school reel lawnmower. You are the motor, but I think the approach for taking this as a lawnmower is its least most attractive feature, to be very honest with you. I think there's more value using this device for exercise. Now, there is something a little residual with that. You get a really nice looking yard out of it as well. So we're going to demonstrate how effective this is for getting your heart rate up, burning a few calories, and a really nice yard.